Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. It's my Friday. Yay for me. I'm just on my way to work here. We're letting the truck warm up for a minute, and then I'll be on my way to work. But it is my Friday. The week went like that. I mean, whoa. I swear time is going faster. I swear, dude. Like, the days don't seem like full. They don't seem like, remember like when you're younger? It just seems like the days lasted forever, man. Like, it's I don't know. It just seems like everything is just going faster. I mean, way faster. It's weird. I don't know if it's just me or if there's actually something like, it is going faster, you know? It's bizarre. So, let me get going here. Truck should be fine. Yeah, it's good. Right on. I just have to let it warm up a little longer than I used to. It is getting to be a higher mileage truck. It's got 149,000, almost 150,000 miles on it. So it's definitely not a lightly used truck. It's probably halfway through its life expectancy. I mean, most cars you should be able to get 300,000 miles out of them, you know, and then they're just done. Disposable cars, except for if you get an older one, 80s or older, then those usually last a lot longer. So anyways, that's why my next car is probably going to be either brand new or very, very, very new, or something just older, you know. So looks like old Trump there did his job when it comes to the protests and the riots in LA and Orange County. They're handled. It's handled. That's it. I mean, their fight, those rioters and protesters, Trump squashed them out like that. No problem. That's how a real leader handles shit, okay? He takes control and he shows them who's boss. And it ended like that. It's done. They got it now to where just their local law enforcement can control it now. He just, you know, he didn't come in lightly. He came in above and beyond, probably a lot more than he needed to, actually. But you know what? That's how you deal with, you know, things like that. You just douse them, just put it out quick, fast, and heavy. You know, great job, good job, man. And then good job by our POTUS, very good job. So everything seems to be getting back to normal. It's not all the way back to normal, but they've got everything under control now, okay? Trump sent in the Marines. He sent in the National. It seems like all they really needed was the National Guard. I don't think the Marines were necessary because the law enforcement, their local law enforcement, our local law enforcement, and the National Guard seem to have no problem handling these people. You know. So it looks like everything's going to be okay here. I think their little fight was futile. And didn't really put up that much of a fight, really. So they're not as strong as they thought they were, which is a good thing, right? These people on the left that like to, you know, rise up and fight. They're not as strong as they thought they were. So good deal on that. I think they learned really quick that Trump is not playing. He's just not going to play with these people. Even with, you know, Gavin Newsom, our governor, and, you know, our mayor, Karen Bass, trying to get in the way. Trump just went right around their asses, which he had every right to. So, you know, now they screwed up because now, you know, people are looking at them and saying, what the hell what are you doing, right? What are you doing? And it just made MAGA even stronger, this whole thing, their whole little protest and little riot they did, it just made MAGA stronger, man, and Trump stronger. It seems like that's what happens every time they do something to go against what the American people want. It ends up backfiring on them, okay? It just makes them look worse and just keeps building up MAGA, and Trump. So they would be better off just shutting up and just taking the L and just chill out, and just chill out. Let Trump do his job. Let ICE do their job. Let the people do their job. Let the Americans have what they voted for. And they just need to stop with their bullshit. And it'll be better for them, okay? Because they, like I said in my other video, they're fighting a losing battle. They're not going to win. They're just getting, every time they try to fight it, what the American people want, it ends up making it worse for them. Makes them, it's just because they're not on the right. They're not fighting the right fight, okay? They're fighting the wrong fight. They're fighting the bullshit fight, okay? This is America. You're not going to change it. A small group of people is not going to change this country into what they want it to be, okay? Their little agenda is not going to work. Even with the news media blowing it up, magnifying it, it's just not going to work. Why? Because the American people aren't stupid like they are. Okay? What are they going to get that through their stupid thick skulls? The American people aren't buying it, and they're not gonna and never will. Even with the media and all these players, Hollywood people backing that bullshit up, it ain't gonna work. Because the more they try, the worse it gets for them. And that's a fact. The track record proves it. Okay? So just give up the ghost, man. Give up the ghost. Jump aboard the MAGA train if you have any common sense at all. Just get on board. We're Americans. We always want to support our people, our citizens, and people that do things the right way. We're always accepting of that, man. Are you kidding me? MAGA is just a name. It's about actions, okay? And a lot of the lies said about Trump, it's just all lies and bullshit, propaganda against him, Americans, we see right through that bullshit, So, if they want to keep fighting, they're going to lose, and it's just going to get worse for them because, it is what it is, man, So, stupid is, stupid does on their part. So, I'm just saying. So, LA's under control. It wasn't much of a fight. They just damaged their own shit where they live in, just made it worse on themselves. Orange County wasn't even a fight. All they had, National Guard just showed up. They didn't have to do shit, and it was over. So, Trump came in hard and heavy, and it just squashed it before it even got started. So, that's good news. We never like to see, people trying to destroy cities and stuff. That's never a good thing, And, I'm feeling pretty good. It's my Friday. Hopefully I can get some things done this weekend. I'm gearing up for a few days off here. I'm going to go see my mom. And just take a breather from work for a while. And try to enjoy life a little bit. It'll be really cool to see my mom. And need to make it in the future to where I can see my mom more, and I can have more time away from work, so I can enjoy my life a little bit, you know, besides what little bit I get, you know, when I'm not at work, which is not very much. You know, it's all work, no play. It seems like most of the time lately. But you know, it is what it is. I'm still alive. I'm feeling good. I can adjust things somehow, some way. If there's a will, there's a way. I'll be able to make it to where I can enjoy my life better. I just got to keep my nose clean, stay focused, and keep getting in better shape, and just keep doing the right things, making the right choices for myself. And I think I can manifest some things in the future that will make me happier. I just need to work through my own stuff. I'm still working on with, you know, my mental blocks, my, you know, occasional depression. I'm still working on myself. You know, I'm a newly sober person. In my mind, I'm still a very new sober person, so I'm still working through all that. It's going good. I've lost track of how long it's been since I've had alcohol. I think it's coming up on over 13 months, under 14 months, I think. So I'm thinking like 13 and a half months, and like 2 years. Let me see. A year. So it's been over 2 years and like 2 months since I've had any kind of drug. Okay, so I'm doing good. I saw a video of myself doing a beer review. I forgot that I did. Someone made a comment, so it popped it up, and I watched that video, and it was like 4 years ago. Oh my God, man. And when I was watching that video, I was remembering, it was bringing back memories of how I was feeling, you know, at that time. And it brought up a couple of little triggers, you know, of how much I did enjoy at the time, how much I was enjoying drugs and alcohol. And it brought back those memories, and I was like, oh man. I mean, if I was not strong-willed, I could easily persuade myself to go back to my old ways. It would take very little effort to do that. And it just made me feel like I'm always going to have to work and push myself to stay clean and sober. It's never going to end. It has to be my will against my old ways, okay? And that's just the way it is. But watching that old video of myself from 4 years ago, it was like some blueberry dog beer. That's the video. And I was all sucked up and skinny. You could tell I've been doing a lot of drugs. And I don't even look like the same person 4 years ago. I didn't. And it just brought back a lot of those memories. And you know, it just I don't even remember making that video. Actually, when I saw it, I was like, wow, I don't remember making that beer review. But it did bring back feelings and memories. Not all bad. I mean, it was a phase of my life, a time of my life where I was not caring as much about myself, okay? I was more concerned about maintaining my drug habit so I would not feel bad. My drug was what was keeping me feeling decent, but at the same time it was you know, breaking me down a lot. And same with the alcohol. It was keeping me going, you know, but at the same time it was breaking me down slowly. Both of them together was slowly killing me. It was destroying me, you know. And you know, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I saw the light, And I came to the fork in the road, and I had to make a choice, or else I literally was going to start falling apart. And that, not just physically, but my whole life. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. But at the same time, those old ways can pop up, those feelings can come back, and it would not take a lot. Well, you know, those temptations are always going to be there. Those feelings, they weren't all bad feelings when I was in the throes of drugs and alcohol. There were a lot of really good, I had a lot of good times. I had a lot of fun doing drugs and alcohol, a lot of good feelings, but it's just not good for me, okay? And that's why it's always going to be a fight for me to stay clean and sober. And I don't think it'll ever end. I get more, I get better at it. Just put it that way. I get better at staying clean and sober the more time away from drugs and alcohol I earn. Okay, that's just pretty much how it works. I know there's something else I wanted to talk about. I'm brain farting right now. The Trump thing, Gavin Newsom deal. Trump handled that like a real leader. I mean, he's doing a great job, and he really is going to make change in this country, man. I mean, it might not directly affect me in any kind of money way, but overall, I think he is going to get the country. Basically, he's going to protect our country from being destroyed, from people that want to take advantage of this country and destroy what this country's about. People that hate this country. That's basically what he's in there for the most part, is to just stop what was happening to this country. It's not so much, he's not in there so much to fix the economy as much, or deal with the inflation and stuff like that. I think he's interested in bringing jobs back, but as far as the inflation and putting actual money in the middle class's pockets, I don't think he's going to do a whole lot about that. But at least he's going to preserve our country from being destroyed and taken over for the most part. That's what I think his main goal is, and that's why he is in there. But as far as like inflation and fixing that kind of stuff, I think he'll help the economy. But as far as like just putting money in people's pockets, I just don't see how that, I don't see what he does doing. I don't see how what he is doing is going to do that for a lot of people. You know what I mean? So that's still on us, but he'll give us opportunities, I think more opportunities to make the money we need to do better in this country. That's basically what I'm seeing so far. But, it's better than the latter, what we had going with Joe Biden. That's for damn sure. So Joe Biden didn't care about anything except for outside forces that he would rather support for their own benefit, for their own party, so they can stay in power. So they were willing to trade us Americans for illegals and immigrants so they can get that vote to stay in power. That's what I see. But I'm kind of all over the place here, I know. But it's my Friday. I'm excited, man. So I got a lot to do. Chores, I always got plenty of chores. I'm chipping away, though. I'm chipping away at stuff here. I'm just doing it, spreading it out, okay? I'm not trying to do it all in one big clump. I'm doing just baby stepping it. And it's getting together, So everything's going good. I'm feeling good. I'm doing my deal in the gym. That's all going good. Just same thing in the gym. I'm just slow and steady, okay? Not trying to get ahead of myself on anything. Everything's just slow and steady, but that's good. So I'm going to get going. I'm at work. I don't want to be late. So y'all have a fantastic day. Thanks for stopping by. I do appreciate it. And stay tuned for whatever. I'll have things going on over the weekend. I'm not sure what yet, but I do appreciate y'all. And I hope you have a fantastic day. All right. And we'll check you later. See ya.